fans, you about to get shook. The truth is getting spit by Polk and Kush. 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 About to get served to play to your own ass. It's time for the Polk and Kush podcast. Polk and Kush. Polk and Kush. Polk and Kush. Polk and Kush.
We still did it. It is Thursday. No, it's Wednesday. We never do it live.
It's the 10th.
It's Wednesday, December 10th, 2025. And this is Polk and Kush in your eyeballs.
We're
as
live.
well.
We're live at the Bud Light dorm room studio with all of the stolen street signs.
We are here. Scott Kushner.
Andrew Polk.
Andrew Polk.
This is what we look like, everybody.
Yeah, it's uglier than you expected.
You knew what Kush likes because everybody watches The Final Bet.
Yes, that's a ratings bonanza.
At 2 a.m. on channel 4.35. But now we're coming to you live on YouTube. We're on Truth Social, Parlor, at Kush's request. But no, it's great to be here at the Boot Krewe Media. I see that tantalizing alcohol just winking at me.
Just right there.
Yeah.
Just right there, looking right at you.
Get up and walk over there.
There's beer signs. I feel like I've transported 19 years back.
Yeah.
And this is great.
Well, we should have been doing this 19 years ago and we'd have a successful podcast. But instead, we're like, nah, I don't think anybody's going to do video with podcasting. Who would?
Who would want to watch this?
I do think we were onto something with who would want to see us complaining about, the weather. But we're here now. We're here because you were fired and you said, let's take the podcast seriously now. I'm getting fired any day for sure. This is gonna speed that one up.
So if you want to sponsor two out of work bald men, we're the guys for you here.
Bald, injured men.
What happened?
I'm an athlete.
Yes, we were very well versed.
I'm a superstar athlete. As I was bicycling
to
my show last Saturday at the Joy Theater, I hit a streetcar line with my bike and I flipped over the handle.
What?
Stone sober.
Did you wear a helmet?
I was wearing a helmet.
Look at that.
It didn't matter. It didn't matter. I walked up to the Joy covered in blood and I'm like, hey, I'm here for the show. And they're like, get out of here, rummy. I don't think anybody calls hobos rummies anymore.
You're a wino.
All right, the up.
Yeah.
I can't
read anything.
Away.
Yeah, I know.
We
were supposed to put our laptops up, weren't we?
I ran in with my laptop.
Yeah, and then we just didn't do anything about that.
I suppose I could. I'm such a professional.
That was the sound of keys falling.
Yeah, that was somebody locking us in here while they light the place on fire.
Take them. I'm fine. That's good.
Well, I'm a professional. I try and sit up straight and talking to them. When you watch podcasts now, people are fucking laying down.
Yeah.
They are in bed with like the covers pulled up around them doing the podcast. What?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna open up the laptop.
Go for it. What I really appreciate about the angle here, though, is that a lot of podcasts, they put the camera too far back.
Yeah.
And you're literally just looking into someone's crotch.
Yeah.
So we at least have avoided that thanks to this fancy logo and let's take 1 second. Thank you to the folks at Boot Krewe. Justin, just thank you very much for having us and hosting us. I know this has been a long time coming, and Lala for setting up everything. This is really a big step for us because we normally do this in Polk's bathtub together with no video camera.
Yeah, like Bert and Ernie.
So this is a very nice step forward for us. It's very weird for us to not be miserable. So we've got that going for us.
I did manage to find a traffic jam on the way over here.
How?
In front of Lily's. I think that building fell down again. And they had the fake cop waving me around and there were 19 people. It's okay. I made it here.
Yeah.
My laptop is dead. I don't have Wi-Fi. And the comments are piling up. I can see one on there saying, click here for Russian nudes. Is there anything we're not supposed to say? Well, I know there's a few things.
There's only a couple. We're not unemployed yet. Yeah, man. So how did the show with Whitney Cummings go?
It was a lot of fun. When you think of Andrew Polk's comedy,
Yeah.
You think of wine moms in Metairie. When I got up there and I was like, you know how broads are dumb?
Yeah.
They loved it.
Yeah. How was it full?
I had a fucking blast. It was, I think it was sold out.
Wow.
Every seat I saw was full. Everybody had a really good time. Whitney was the coolest person in the world. She was great. She got me brasa. She had steak.
Yeah.
They just brought over steak from Brasa, and there's no better way to eat steak than out of a styrofoam container
At the Joy Theater.
on the floor.
The only place not covered in cocaine was where the steak is.
While the Chiwis are doing sound check, I'm putting on the Bordelaise. All right, I don't have Wi-Fi, so I can't fucking. All right. Can someone text us the Wi-Fi?
Can we pull up the like on our phone? I don't know. Whatever. I'm not worried about your comments, quite honestly.
That's all I'm concerned with.
You keep commenting. We can see that someone is doing it, but we're not going to do anything about it. That's the motto of this show.
Yeah, it says I'm downstairs.
I have a hatchet.
I'm coming up. I like that they were just like, yeah, all the doors are unlocked. I was like, okay.
Let's tell more people that.
They just texted me the password. Thank you. What if I read the password on air?
Everyone who comes down here can do this. I went to the UNO basketball game Monday night. I had 7 beers during the game because I did not have children with me. I kind of forgot how easy it is to just drink copious amounts of booze when there's an open bar and no children with you.
What's better?
It was horrifying. Horrifying is the wrong word. It was a great time, but it truly, like, I didn't even realize what was happening. It's like I just kept drinking, and I was like, "Oh my god, I've had a lot to drink." And then I almost got kicked out of the game a couple times by the ref.
Oh yeah, those Southland refs.
Well, the problem with UNO is that they hear everything you're saying, and the refs are betting on the game.
Yes,
that's the other. So they take offense when you start yelling at them about doing things wrong because they've gambled a lot of money on the game. So,
I mean, and now you can just like Google them and go, "Hey, Derik."
Yeah. And there's it was a great time. I really couldn't encourage people. The game production value at UNO is fantastic now. Master P is like legitimately put, like, they have a marching band in place. They've been like, and there's nobody there. So you're going to get a t-shirt. You can't not get a t-shirt.
Well, I had the UNO experience. What was it, Sunday?
Yeah.
Sunday, you gave me your floor seats worth at least $18. And it was LSU women's basketball. The place was full. I mean, it was as full as
they'll ever be. Yeah.
When Nitty Gritty Dirt Band isn't playing there. and we had a blast. A friend of mine went. We were the youngest people by far.
Yes.
In the VIP, in the club.
Sure.
The club. But yeah, the music had improved significantly, which I think I will give credit to Master P for.
That sounds reasonable.
It changed. It used to be, the Macarena and Cotton Eye Joe.
They're playing the Eagles in between the 8-minute timeout, playing Take It Easy.
Yeah, and they played Wipe Me Down, and you should have seen these old white ladies flossing.
A lot of LSU windbreakers and lesbian couples together. That was the women's basketball experience that I knew well in the SEC.
Yeah, that was exactly what was there. So I was minding my P's and Q's. I saw Kim from afar. Women don't like when you take their photo. And I took a couple of Kim, and I was like, I can't post these. She'll yell at me.
Yes. She's in it to win it, man. That's so cool that they've come. They went to UNO. They went to Tulane earlier in the year. Like, that's such like a cool thing that LSU women's basketball like is legitimately trying to like give other programs some life.
Yeah,
that don't get a lot of people to actually show up to the games.
Yeah, I mean, it was like no one even looked at our tickets. They're just like, "Oh, you're here? Come on in."
Thank you.
Yeah, they just gave me like a gold chalice filled with champagne. But I was like, this is not safe at all.
No.
For like, people that are sponsored by like Steph Curry and, somebody that raps with Lil Wayne. It's like they at least need an awake security guard at UNO for those sort of things. But I had a blast.
It's great.
It was kind of like UNO played really hard. The women's team did.
Yeah.
Number one, whatever your name is, you're a dog. She was great.
Yeah.
She's a leader out there. And if you weren't looking at the scoreboard, it seemed like the UNO women were keeping up.
Unfortunately, they do keep scoring these games.
Man, not at Tulane. The sign's broken. But at one point I was like, they're probably down by like 22. And I looked up and it was like 49.
Wow.
I think they lost by 62, 63. Yeah. But honestly, being there watching it, it looked like they were giving it their all. That's just how good LSU women are and how good they're going to be.
That was the takeaway when I went the next day. I was like, how'd the women play? They're like, they played really well. They lost by 60, but they actually played really well.
Yeah, I think they would have destroyed, ULM. But
we won't be going to that game more than likely. I do have the tickets to that game.
Send them on over. I'll have some Katie's fried chicken anytime.
Yeah.
37 minutes just to get to YouTube.
Yeah, well, that's
Boot Krewe Media.
This is good podcast right here.
They have blocked my account. Oh my God, we're live. Now I get to see all the comments calling me bald and gay. Oh shit. It's gonna do that.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Nashwave 29 says, holy crap, they really made it.
We did it.
Yes. All right.
Worth it. You also went to the Pelicans game, I believe.
Yes, I did.
Is that correct?
Yeah, I was there to see Wimby.
Okay.
Who was wearing Jinkos on the bench.
What size pants do you think he's got on?
Gee, he just wears drapes.
Like what's the length? If I'm a 29 length, is he a 79 length?
He's got to be 70 length.
Right. Like they just roll out the whole sheet of denim.
Yeah, it's a bolt of fabric. And they just keep going. It's also funny that he wears baggy jeans.
Yeah.
It's like you need more, like you could be wearing like a 30 by 70 and it would still be gigantic. And he's like, no, I'm going to look like a skateboarder from Tony Hawk.
He'd be a really wild watching on a skateboard though.
Yeah. But luckily he didn't play and the backups gave us.
How I genuinely.
We're supposed to be talking about Derik Queen right now, so we're right on track.
We're getting there.
Yeah,
they really continued to score a lot of points. The Pelicans. It does feel like they are at least not lifeless anymore.
Yeah,
and that is a huge step forward in a season where are they 3-21 now?
They're 3-21.
Yeah, when you're 3-21, most of the time say that they're dead, but they're not dead. They've got some life. They just lose all the time.
Yeah, I mean, that's the most positive way you can look at it.
Was the game fun? I've been to one game. They lost to Memphis on the night before Thanksgiving. I had a great time.
I had a blast, and it seemed like everyone else there had a blast. I posted a video to our Twitter. I won't call it X. Sorry, Boot Krewe. And I was like, everybody's having a good time. Everybody just wants to see this team win, and they were.
Yeah.
The 4 people there were on their feet moments before the Pelicans lost it, as everybody knew that they would.
Sure.
But we were having a blast up until then, and they were doing enough. I wasn't even close to the section where they give out the boppy things, and I still got some.
Well, they ran out of people to give them to.
Yeah, people.
The Thunder Sticks?
Yeah, the Thunder Sticks.
Yeah, you went home with they also shoot, like I said for UNO, if you go, you're going to get a t-shirt.
Yeah.
They shoot 1,000 t-shirts. There's 1,500 people at the game, and they've got the cannon, the double barrel cannon going, and their machine gun like assault at American Gladiators, just firing t-shirts at empty seats. It's incredible. Everyone gets a t-shirt, and yet it doesn't. It's still like impossible to get anyone to go.
Yeah, and I waited until the last second because I was like, I'm going to get floor tickets.
Yeah.
But everyone has caught onto that. No, there were no floor seats available. I'm sure they were all sold for $70 2 hours before. But I was in incredible seats for $21. As soon as I walk in there, I buy the bank drive-through tube of Miller Lite, and it was more than my ticket.
We got to do something about the beer prices, guys. It's too much. We officially hit the point. The team is 3-21. Can we not have a flash sale? For the Blazers game tomorrow night, they said they're going to drop prices by 50%, which is a really nice fuck you to anybody.
They actually said that?
Yeah.
Wow.
There's 50% off tickets, which it should be 98% off tickets. It really wouldn't matter at this point. But, that's a nice FU to anybody who's already purchased season tickets, like, some of us who are the dumbest people in the world. Just give the concessions away at this point.
Yeah.
Or knock them down to $3. People would go. I think people would genuinely, that is the only thing that will get them to actually go to the game.
Or if there was a fun goof where every loss, the prices go down a little bit.
That would be fun.
Every victory, the prices go up a little bit. So right now, when you get popcorn, they give you $7. They don't even do.
You've crossed the threshold. You now get paid to eat at the game. Yes.
That was honestly, that's not the worst business model in the world. I played in a band in college.
What was your name?
We were called the Upstairs Divine. You can find us still on MySpace. But we came to New Orleans and we played at Saturn Bar.
Okay.
I think it was shortly after Hurricane Katrina, like 4 days after. No, it was whenever you could come back.
We played the Superdome.
And they had free PBR night. For the 9 people watching, comment if you remember free PBR night at Saturn Bar
In 2005.
And the bar was packed.
Yeah.
With homeless people.
Sure. They're people.
But
they all have no homes, but they are people.
And boy, did they love soothing indie rock from North Louisiana to soothe their jangled nerves.
Were you playing Christian rock?
No, we pretended to be Christian to make more money.
Yeah. How'd that work out?
Well, I'm
to the copious drugs in the back.
We've been doing a podcast for 6 years, and this is the first time anyone has seen our face. So that's how that worked. Another comment. Oh, God, I'm going to have to boot the laptop back up. It's a work computer. All right. I think we've mentioned Derik Queen.
So the Pelicans play, right? They can score. They're scoring the shit out of the ball. People are not unhappy watching a team that loses. What was it, 133 to 131? Is that what the final was?
I think that was exactly it.
I'm fine. I'm fine with that.
You're
going to lose because you're bad.
Yeah.
And you have no players because everyone's hurt, which, it turns out the toughness of the Joe Dumars era did not reach the players who make money. That was a big mistake of Joe Dumars' part, was paying some of the players. It turns out the guys who don't make any money, they're willing to play in the games. The guys who have all the money have decided to not play in the basketball games.
That's true.
And so Zion's not playing. Jordan Poole isn't playing. Who else makes money? I guess Trey Murphy's playing in the games. Is Herb Jones still hurt?
He started that game.
He played. Okay, so he's back.
It was a time capsule back to 18 months ago.
But you've got Fierce playing every game, right? And Derik Queen is like the most likable player in the league.
Yeah. People are catching on quick. And he looked great out there. I think he played the entire game. Played the entire game, which, let me tell you, when you're playing 2 rookies,
I know,
every second of every game, that's good for the team.
It's not like most of the other guys are good either.
But it is good because we've seen so much stunted growth with players on the Pelicans.
Yeah.
There's just been dog shit rotations. There was nothing like out of hand at this game that made people feel everything that should have happened.
Yeah.
They scored 5 million points. You got to see the players you wanted to see. They had a chance for it at the end. Jordan Hawkins played 39 seconds. And then they gave him the tray of peanuts to walk around with.
Does Kevon Looney play ever? Did he get off the bench?
No, I don't think so.
What a waste of a move that was.
There were also, there would be periods of like 6 or 7 minutes where I realized I haven't looked at the game at all.
Of course. That's the nice part of the NBA.
Yeah.
You can just sort of look at the lights and then, you drink your beer and you kind of talk to the person next to you and you're like, oh, a lot has happened.
Yeah.
I've caught 6 t-shirts.
I was at the Hennessy Lounge having the time of my life.
Did you get a Hennessy?
I don't even think they have it. I think it's just a cute name.
I used to go to that bar toward the end of the season because they give you a gift card as a season ticket holder for the concessions. And then I would buy double mixed drinks for everybody who I could get in touch with. And it was great. It was great. But now they're so expensive, you can't really get through the thing anymore. A double mixed drink used to be like $16. Is now like $455.
Well, I think there's just so much civil unrest in the country. They don't want fans getting too drunk because then they're going to start chanting, lower the beer prices. Which has too many syllables to be a good chant.
It's the only thing they need to do at this point. Everybody else is on board. You're going to lose. You're going to lose scoring a lot of points. But as long as I could go and feel like I had a reasonably good time, I'd be fine because I wouldn't feel ripped off because the tickets are $8 now. And the tickets are sold. So it's like you're not going to sell another ticket at face value the rest of the season.
No.
We all know this, right? Because LeBron's not coming back, right? I don't think, at least. I don't think the Warriors come back. So you're not going to sell one ticket at face value for the remainder of the season. So in order to get people to give a crap whatsoever, let's just knock down the beer prices, man. Why is it so difficult? They do it every. Tarleton State is playing a playoff game. They're playing $1 beer. Playoff game. FCS football, maybe not the NBA, but it's $1 beer. It is possible. You can do it. Let's just have a thing where this becomes like a frat party in the Smoothie King Center.
Let's turn the Smoothie King Center into the Boot for every single game.
Yes. Wouldn't that be more fun?
I mean,
the people going, the actual basketball is fun enough if people were going in with a good attitude instead of going in like they're walking through the Baton Death March to get to a basketball game. And they're like, oh my God, I cannot believe I have to do this tonight.
There's two ways they could go. They could go, let's get the fans sloppy drunk and give them a good time. Or the only successful entity in American sports right now, the Savannah Bananas. Do we want to see Kevon Looney do the worm on the court? Can we maybe mix in some and one style?
I would really love to see Jordan Poole, doing the pepper grinder between the first and second quarter.
Look, the upper rafter, there were, maybe 50 people in the rafters at this game.
I'm not exaggerating. They should close lower bowl.
They should.
It's time. Like, just put a curtain over it. They do it at Texas basketball. They drop a screen down. It's over. You're not going to sell any tickets up there.
The Pelicans social media just needs to start posting clips from home games and just say it was the bubble. Let's go. This is
put some guys in masks on the front row. Is that Jeremiah Fears playing and the guys in a mask in the first row? Yeah. Because look, they're not going to be able to defend anybody. We know this, right?
No,
they've got two rookies. They can't and they got Trey Murphy, and they're just not going to defend anybody. And they're not trying to defend anybody. The system doesn't really want them to defend anybody. They're just trying to outscore teams. And running an offense, when you got a triple-double, right?
Yeah, he did.
You do feel like you have a shot to outscore almost any team on any night. And you probably won't outscore them, but you will score a lot.
Yes.
And that alone is enough to see kind of what you have as a team. Whereas with Willie Green, I felt like you had no opportunity to see what you really had because they were trying to run an offense as if they're like a playoff team. And it's like, you're not maximizing anything. You're trying to like match up defensively. It's like, you can't match up with anyone.
Right.
So what is the point? Just put the maximum amount of offense on the floor, see how many points you can possibly score, get these rookies the maximum amount of minutes you can get. And it's not like they're the worst part of playing rookies is that they don't have to earn their minutes, right? These two guys do not feel like you're in danger of putting them in a situation where they get into their career and they picked up so many bad habits because they were rewarded for terrible basketball. It doesn't feel like that at all. They're playing hard. Yeah. They're making the right play most of the time. Defensively, they suck, but they're going to suck because they're rookies. But it doesn't. The only fear ever with that is you're going to have horrible habits by the time you get in your second and third year because you played so many minutes and you never had any consequence for playing like shit. And believe me, there have been a lot of examples of that. Someone's got to score on bad teams.
Yeah.
There's always every NBA team's going to score 90 to 100 points no matter what. If you roll the ball out there, someone's going to score. This team does, though, feel like they have true scoring ability and not just a bad team piling up points.
Yeah, and they don't seem reckless.
Yeah.
They don't seem as reckless as they should. They are not playing aimless basketball. It doesn't look like a pickup team out there.
Yeah.
They seem to have purpose. There were a couple of timeouts that were called in situations where they should have been, which was refreshing to see. But like I said, in the stands, nobody was miffed by anything. They weren't like, get that guy out of it. Well, Jordan Hawkins was in there for 29 seconds. But the rest of the game, everyone was like, yeah, this makes sense. This is the right way to possibly win this game. And no one, I've left heartbroken from the Smoothie King Center 1,000 times. Afterwards, I was like, Wow, triple-double.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's like we're playing a Little League game.
Yeah.
It's the exact same way I coached my 6-year-old baseball game tonight. Did everyone have fun? Did we? We're not worried about the score, guys.
And you give them free beer.
Exactly. And after the game, they get free beer. They do get a free team drink. Wouldn't that be nice? Can we get a free team drink, Gail? How about a free water? Can we get a water? One of those rations?
She's watching right now.
I know.
I bet she has like one of those bathtub setups where it's like the wooden plank and she's got like a candle that looks like DeMario Davis's arm sock. And then just, charcuterie.
She just has a guy holding, the Say Anything guy with the boombox, just holding an iPad, watching this show.
Yeah, it's the leapfrog. Give old people.
I mean, there's a lot of time left in this season, Polk. I mean, a lot of time left. What the fuck are we going to do for 4 months of watching this team? We're already at like moral victory stage. We're going to have 60 more games of like, hey, look at the numbers. We scored a lot.
All right. How many? We're at the third. We are
almost
30% into the season.
Yeah, almost.
We've got an early Mardi Gras.
Can we move the games to like a couple in Lakefront Arena and a couple at Fogelman Arena? Maybe play a game in Baton Rouge.
Take it back to Shreveport. They loved it up there.
Let's go play at the casino in Bossier.
You wouldn't go to Horseshoe Casino and see Better Than Ezra followed by the New Orleans Pelicans while they play the Birmingham squad. They just need to get creative. Maybe this is our calling.
Yeah.
To tell them what to do.
Tell them what to do.
And now that we have the platform, they'll do it.
Yeah. Now that everyone in the world is watching the show.
Our producer's just going, when the fuck are they going to talk about Tulane football? Jesus Christ. Please say something about Tulane football so I can hit the button. We don't really, they asked us for topics and we're like, oh, we don't really do that. Basketball. Basketball is our topic.
Yeah. I mean, so what your final verdict of leaving the Smoothie King Center? Was this your first game of the season?
Yeah, first and last.
Yeah. Final verdict. Good experience, bad experience.
Look, the arena's outdated. We've been over how expensive everything is. The game itself was fun.
Yeah.
I had a fun time attending. Host.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Theo, right?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Very charismatic. He's a great host. They do enough fun shit. It's a good time, but it's also a good time on a Monday at 7 p.m.
Yeah. It's
not beating, primetime weekend spots for me.
No, that's a valid point. Yeah, it's a tough sell, man. I can't believe how little of a desire I have to go. I can go. I mean, the tickets are cheap. Parking for me is free. I cannot get myself to be like, okay, let's go take a night and go do this.
Yeah. They're giving suites away.
Yeah.
We got an offer for a $700 suite.
It's so crazy. What is that, like $15 a ticket?
I mean, however,
25 tickets?
It doesn't include food.
Okay.
It doesn't include beverages, of course.
You can sneak those in.
Of course you can.
Backpack.
Well, that was my point about Mardi Gras. Is you're going to get the little plastic things from Muse that won't set off a detector. Fill them up with booze. Take them into the game. Like those guys have like the fake beer belly and it's got a straw on it.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Well, hey, where the beers are only $10 instead of $17? Tulane football.
Hey.
Tulane
button.
Tulane has a new coach. They've hired Will Hall. They looked up and down and around the whole country, and they did a search that lasted 11 days and was horribly embarrassing. And they swung and missed a few times, and they ended up hiring the guy down the hall.
Well,
whose name is Hall? Will Hall is their coach. You might remember him from horribly embarrassing losses as the coach of Southern Miss, where they went 1-11 last season, and he was fired halfway through the year. And now he's taking over a team that is in the college football playoff, only in America.
Only in New Orleans.
Yeah. Very weird, quite honestly. Now, let's start with the Tulane football's in the playoff.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And deservingly so. This Tulane team, credit to whoever put the schedule together to start the year. You couldn't have built a schedule better than playing 2 Power 4 teams at home, one of whom who ends up being the ACC champion in Duke, to beat them. And frankly, Tulane beat the shit out of them. And then they pounded Northwestern as well. A team is going to a bowl from the Big Ten. That provided tons of relevancy to the program, allowed them to vault into the rankings. Even though there was a million tiebreakers, they probably wouldn't have gotten there from the rankings. So you were able to host the championship game after you beat Memphis and after you beat a series of horrendous American Athletic Conference teams looking pretty badly in most of them. They go play North Texas for the championship in front of 2/3 full crowd and beat the hell out of North Texas for the most part until the very end of the fourth quarter, which is the MO of this team. Jake Retzloff played great. The defense played spectacular for most of the night against a really good offense. And I stormed the field with a 6-year-old child, and it was just a fantastic night to cap off a fantastic season.
So to go back to Will Hall.
Okay.
It sounds like maybe you are not the most excited about this. You think it was the easy choice?
I don't even think it was the easy choice. I think it was like where they ended up.
The only choice.
I think it was where you ended up. And I don't hate everybody likes Will Hall, right? But the problem is that you can't look at his resume and say, yeah, this seems like the guy that you would hire if you're trying to continue the trajectory of we've won 43 of our last 50 games, 43 of 50, something. And they win more than any program in the country. It's like Georgia, Ohio State, Tulane. It's great. They win constantly. It's bizarre, but it is true.
Right.
And you would, and your coach just left to go to Florida. You would think this would be like an easy place to hire a coach, but they messed up the search. They just did. They almost hired Blake Baker. They thought they had him. They did not put the proper timeline on him. They allowed him to kind of wait and wait and wait. And the LSU defensive coordinator was still sitting in Baton Rouge. And guess what? Lane Kiffin's going to go in his office, and with an unlimited amount of money and the ability to talk like a snake that he is, he will say the right things. He will find the right money. And of course, Blake Baker's not going to leave when you give him an unlimited amount of time to make a decision. And credit to LSU for keeping him. And I do not fault Blake Baker for not taking the job. I can completely understand. I think it was a mistake by the folks running the search. And whether or not they're willing to admit it, I don't know. But I think Tulane had a great financial offer. I think they have a great program and a great vision for what your coach can do, which is, hey, man, if you want to be an SEC coach, we had 4 coaches from this conference just vaulted their way into the SEC. 3 of these coaches have not won anything.
Yeah.
Nothing. And at the time, John Summerall had really only won the Sun Belt, and he's going to get the Florida job. And the idea that that isn't enough to sell people to take the job. And then you had, I don't know if these guys were offered, but Jerry's there, pulls his name out of consideration. You just had a lot of names floating around. And by the time you let Blake Baker make a decision, you had allowed any other candidate the opportunity to go somewhere else. So they could have hired the Charles Huff, who ended up in Memphis. He obviously didn't feel wanted at that point, right? If you waited days while waiting for this guy to make a decision. I mean, I'm not a CEO, okay? It seems like a bad idea to just publicly to have all of it leak out. We knew every single thing that was occurring, to have all of it leak out and then end up in a situation where you hire the assistant and then stand up there in the press conference and say, we got our guy. This is what we wanted all along. Bing, bang, bang, guy. And at least
that was a weird press conference too.
It was a weird press conference. I mean, David Harris sounded like he had not slept in 2.5 weeks, which he might not have. I mean, I would, if I was in that position, I also would be exhausted from going through that entire thing. But
it had a very Nathan Fielder vibe to it.
Is that the stiffest walk in history? Yeah. Walking over to that.
I felt like there was like a 5-year-old with a microphone in the shadows, and he just had to say what the 5-year-old was saying. It was very bizarre.
Yeah, it was odd, and I credit Will Hall most of all, though, because I feel like he actually sort of addressed the reality of situations. He's like, no, I know I wasn't everybody's first choice here.
Yeah.
And he wasn't the first choice of the people who made the decision to hire him, despite the way that people talked about it. But yeah, man, it was just a very odd search, considering it's the best position the school has ever been in. Ever. You're coming off of these amazing seasons. You're going to the playoff. You have a great roster. You have some money behind you. The league is literally like could not be better positioned to be a coach. All you have to do is win a little bit in a league where 3/4 of the league sucks. So if you're in the other quarter, you're going to win a lot of games.
Yeah.
Ryan Silverfield never won anything at Memphis, nothing. And he got the Arkansas job. So what do you know, like, and look, you can get an SEC job as the defense coordinator at LSU if they win the national championship and they've got a great defense. Yeah, you can go to job. Dave Aranda has proven that before, that he got the Baylor job by being the defense coordinator. And if you look at the top 25, about I want to say it's 2/3, maybe a little less than 2/3 were coordinators in their last gig. So it's not like it's a guarantee. But yeah, man, you should be able to get the guy who's an alumnus who you've offered the job, who's interested in the job, and let everybody leak that he's taking the job.
Yeah.
You should be able to close that. Come on, guys. You got to close that.
You have to close.
ABC.
This is
You're a guy who saw Glengarry Glen Ross on Broadway. You should know all about these stations. Let you go up there and do it.
That line is actually not in the stage play. It was added to the movie.
Oh, the book is better than the movie.
All right, I pulled up the comments. Not good. No, you guys are geniuses. Man, Polk is handsome. Not closing the Baker deal was ridiculous. Sorry, we're talking about how handsome I am. Huff would have been perfect for Tulane. Again, keep it to about how attractive I am, please. Can we see Kush's calves on the camera? No, I think I'm going to call
I've been flexing them the whole time.
Yeah. All right. Don't worry. If I take off my hat, it'll blind the viewers at home.
So as someone who is not, so I'm obviously, all I did was text people. My family hasn't eaten in a week. All I've done is text people about the Tulane football coaching search. It's all I've cared about. I've been so wrapped up in it. I had a person who I very clearly wanted to get the job, who did interview, in Shannon Dawson. He did not get the job. That is neither here nor there. I do think Will Hall can be successful. I do want to make sure I say that. I think he can be successful. Coaches who have failed in one place do not necessarily fail everywhere they go. And just because you're the 5th choice or whatever it might be does not mean that you're bad. Shit happens, you know? Sometimes, what is it? God works in mysterious ways.
Yeah.
Right?
This show was originally Kush and True. That was your first choice.
That was the first choice.
And then it was Kush and Willie Green.
Yeah, exactly. As someone from the outside, though, did you pay attention to this whatsoever? Did you even know it was occurring? Like a Saints coaching search like this would have been like the talk of the whole town. And even the Lane Kiffin thing, I felt like was everybody was talking about. Yes.
No. The Tulane stuff was mostly out of my realm.
Yeah.
Of going onto our Twitter, seeing all this stuff about New Orleans sports, going, nah. And then coming on here and be like, yeah, I know what you guys are talking about. Now that we're doing it live, like before, after you talked about that for 20 minutes, I would Google it and then edit in me saying something back. And now I just have to look at you and go, oh, yeah,
their offensive rating.
That's crazy.
But it does, like, you went to a Tulane game this year.
Yes, I did.
And it's a great environment. Like, it's a great place to be. It is not.
We had a great environment.
Yes.
We were in the fire hazard area where we definitely were not supposed to be standing the entire time with all of Bill Brasky's friends. And there was like some fucking 15-year-old who absolutely should not have been serving alcohol, who, when it was halftime, left. He was like, well, they get to go into the thing. So he left off. It was a blast.
We had the honor system on the beers at that time. That was great. He came back up. He's like, how many beers did y'all drink? Can y'all pay me for whatever beers? We're like, yeah, we got you.
Yeah. It was 3.
It was
3 total.
It was great. It's a great place to hang out.
It's a great stadium.
Yeah.
It's spotless. Everyone that works there is incredibly nice. It takes you 4 seconds to get in there.
Yeah.
They have real food options.
Yeah.
And I mean, mostly during football season, it's perfect weather.
Yeah. And I stand 100% by everything I complain about at the Superdome and at the Smoothie King Center is the opposite at. It's not a pain in the ass. Everyone's having a good time. It's super relaxed. There's nobody giving you a hard, there's no ushers in your face. It's just a great place to be.
Ushers in your face
At the Pelicans game, they treat each aisle
whenever
as
you
if
pull the mask down slightly.
If you're going into Fort Knox for it to go into each aisle of the lower bowl, it is a very different scene at Tulane. And the fact that they're winning, I did think initially, if you would have told me they were going to win whatever, I think it's 42 of 50 games. It might just be 40 of 50. If you had told me they were going to win 2 conference championships, be in the playoff, all this sort of stuff, I would have thought it would have caught on a little bit more in the city. It's a little disappointing that it is still very much a distant third wheel in New Orleans. And that's even with the Saints being terrible and the Pelicans being terrible.
I mean, it seems like the football equivalent of like Snake and Jake's. It's like you have like whisper to somebody about it. It's like, hey, I've got this cool secret. We can go get drunk there for dirt cheap and no one will see us. Like it's like an underground activity.
Yeah.
And then whenever you take people to these, I've taken people to Tulane baseball games and they're like, man, I didn't know that this existed.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe it's that Tulane is just like such a gated school. There's not a lot of, it's not like LSU where everyone in the state, people in the state have not become Tulane fans.
No.
But when LSU is good, everyone in the state becomes an LSU fan.
Yeah.
Tulane doesn't have that same connection. And it's, only to their detriment because it's such a fantastic program, fantastic stadium, and they have $3 High Lifes in a can.
Yes.
Which you can't go across the street to Roberts and get that. No.
And you can do a lot of things at Roberts, but you can't get a $3 High Life. Look, I'm just grateful for Tulane football. Like never in my wildest dreams did I think that we were going to get to the point where it is a place where you go to win big, win and get to big stages, and that when you show up to the game, you expect to win the game and you expect to compete for conference championships. And then you're talking about a team. I mean, how blessed are we that they're hating the playoffs because we're in it?
Yeah.
I mean, who's got it better than us?
I mean, it's a really fun discourse to see people pretend to be mad at James Madison. That university everyone knows about and hates. Yeah.
It's like everybody's shitting on Tulane for making. It's like, hey, Tulane beat the ACC champion.
Play Tulane.
Them. Yeah.
Notre Dame, join the Sun Belt.
Yeah, you'd be right in. You could join the American Notre Dame if you're so worried about it. We're too good for any of these teams. Like you lost to Northern Illinois. Who are you? Shut up. Look, is Tulane going to lose Ole Miss? Yes. And I'm fine with it. We did it. We did it. We made the playoff, and we might not win another game for the next 3 years if what I watched last year at Southern Miss is any indication of the Will Hall era. I will remain grateful for what I've watched the last 4 years. I love Willie Fritz. I love John Summerall. I think Will Hall is a great guy, and I want him. I do not have the most faith. I hope the donors are behind him. I hope he's able to raise the money, keep everything. College football is a disaster right now. I mean, Utah is literally going to private equity. Like that was a joke that I would have said, like a joke that gets no reception in Twitter or something like that, sell it to private equity. Like that's actually what they're doing. And so we're in a weird spot. Things are going to go up and down. I will never be any more grateful than I am for what I've watched at Tulane in the last 4 years. It's been a blessing to have with my child. That is sincere. That's me being sincere and grateful. So don't say that I'm always miserable because I'm sincere and grateful as I predict impending doom. Speaking of impending doom, the Saints played on Sunday and the impending doom did not get to us. Did you watch the Saints game Sunday?
I did.
How was that?
Rewarding.
Weird.
Well, I watched the first half because as I stated previously, anyone in their right mind would stop watching the Saints and go watch UNO women's basketball. Which is exactly what I did.
The ratings fell off a cliff when that game started. Yeah.
I watched the first half and it was, all right, same old song and dance. Click.
Yeah.
And then, I put on my blue face paint and then went and got elbowed by some guy cutting me in line for the fettuccine at the 80 and up UNO VIP club. I I watch the first half, and I watch the first half like whenever you go into like a Motel 6 in Birmingham, Alabama, you put on Family Guy, and then you you do whatever. That is what the Saints are right now. The Saints are a lo-fi playlist to sleep and work to. They're on. I can tell you that legally I did watch some of the game. Can you ask me anything that happened? I don't know.
Yeah, I very much had it on like it was totally the background. And I just kept waiting. The score was whatever. And I just kept waiting for it to fall apart because every time they've played Tampa, recently at least, they've just gotten blown out.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, well, this will start. And then it just didn't. And they kept hanging around, and then they took the lead. And you're like, okay, well, how much is this? I guess what I can't determine is how much is Tyler Shough. I think he only threw for like 160 yards. He made an incredible touchdown run.
Yeah.
How much of it is Tyler Shough is taking command of the team? To me, in a lot of ways, it still feels like he's doing almost exactly what Spencer Rattler did until those games where Spencer Rattler started turning it over. But the rest of the team is just playing better.
Yeah.
Like he's got like a defense. Like they played well defensively in Miami. They almost pulled that game out. They played well yesterday. He's playing, man. Or Sunday. Did I say yesterday? Jesus. We're live too. I can't pretend.
Yeah.
We can't edit that out.
Look at the comments coming in. Kush, you moron. I keep trying to find water. There's hot sauce.
There's hot
I'll
sauce.
drink the hot sauce.
If you want to drink after me, I brought a
sound
bottle.
like fucking RFK up here.
Can you do some pull-ups for us?
Don't take Benadryl. It'll make you gay. I wish we had that on the thing.
That's next. What do you think of gyms going in airports? Can you imagine anything worse than a fucking gym in the airport?
People in the airport
People don't wear sleeves in the airport.
Yeah.
They're going to work out now and sit next to me on the plane.
But that's the point. They're dressed for the gym. None of them look like they've ever been to a gym. Everyone in the airport's drinking Diet Coke at 8 a.m. You think they're going to get on a treadmill?
Yeah, I do. That's the problem.
Anyway, Tyler Shough he seems stronger than Spencer Rattler. He's not getting taken down as much. When he's not getting absolutely fucking steamrolled, he seems to have some Taysom Hill in him to where he can scramble. You know, his quarterback rating was 4, but he had 2 touchdowns. He seems to be able to keep his head on his shoulders again when he's not being completely steamrolled, blindsided, fucking triple sacked.
Yeah. He gets hit very hard.
He gets hit a lot.
Yeah.
And he's handing out Christmas hams.
He was at the game the other night with you.
When they put him on the Jumbotron, I was like, that's a good looking couple. What are they doing? Oh, it's Tyler Shough.
Is there any possibility that the defense is actually playing harder because he's the quarterback? Is that a thing that exists? It seems like complete nonsense to say.
No,
but this defense is old as shit. They're not any younger than they used to be. They're not any better than they were a month ago. They're playing a lot better. They play, and they lost the Miami game, but it really wasn't the fault of. It's not like they fell apart. They played badly at moments against Atlanta. But that was, I feel like, other issues, missing field goals and not scoring from inside the 1 yard line. It didn't feel like the defense quit. There were games early in the season where it was like, oh, they're starting to kind of quit. And they're not doing that at all. Credit to Cam Jordan, credit to Mario Davis, a lot of pros who are, senior citizens, yet are still showing up and playing very hard. I don't know. Is there something to that? That like, oh, we have a quarterback, we have a little life, like, let's see what we can do? Or is this literally just like, oh, these dudes have played a lot of professional football. They're going to win some games by proxy.
I think hope is probably a good thing for those guys, but I think more likely it's getting healthier.
Yeah. Are they healthier? Do you think DeMario Davis is healthier than he was? He gets in a car crash 400 times a game. He's 67 years old. It makes no sense. It's a medical marvel that DeMario Davis needs to sign up for one of those prescription drug tests because he's doing something. I don't really understand what's happening that he is able to continue to hit people like a freight train. Every other linebacker that gets to be his age just turns brittle and dies. He's slow. He is very slow, but he's hitting the crap out of people still.
Well, he's not following the Polk and Kush workout plan.
Pull-up bars in the airport.
I don't know. Maybe this goes to show you how far Willie Green's reach was. They're like, oh, thank God,
he's gone. We can score points now. Yeah, man. I just don't.
Maybe they've been listening to the show.
Yeah,
that motivated them when you called them all old bums.
Yeah, they were old bums. They still, I guess, they still are. I mean,
I'm gonna have to drink the Crystal Hot Sauce.
I have water right there, bro.
There's some Firefly vodka over.
I find myself wanting to go to the game Sunday. Am I crazy?
Well,
I haven't wanted to go to a game in 2 months. I want to go on Sunday.
Let's go see the final product.
I want to go. Does anybody else feel that way? Probably not. I had to guess it'll probably be 25,000 empty seats they play Carolina, right?
I believe so.
Division champion Carolina. How bad is this division? How bad are the Falcons? They got eliminated too from the playoffs.
Well, I've seen some discourse that if Shough started the season, we could be winning the division, and I'm like, shut up.
I know. And then what? Oh, we get to play the Rams and lose by 100,
and then they bring back Dennis Allen. They're like, what?
Do we like Kellen Moore? Last thing of the night. Do we like Kellen Moore? Do we care about Kellen Moore?
I think he's setting off the bonehead alarm.
Yeah.
I think he's
a little bit of a doofus.
Well, a lot of this, we shit on Dennis Allen for just standing out there like an emotionless potato, not really doing it. Is Kellen Moore showing a vast array of emotions out there? I don't think so.
No, he looks like he's operating from the booth, but he's on the sideline. like you might as well put a press box around him as he's doing he's just looking at his call sheet. He doesn't seem to interact with anybody else that's on the field at any time. Thankfully, he has a defense that I don't think cares whether or not he is even there.
Yeah.
Because they're, a bunch of old pros for the most part. And it's like, I continue to think he's just like a walking fired football coach. Like eventually he will be fired and we'll go like, oh yeah, remember when Kellen Moore was the coach? And be like, whatever. But if he's making Tyler Shough like this much better, even if you're losing now, I mean, that's fine, right?
Yeah. Well, it's nice. I'm glad he's there. It's fun to see. It's fun to see him hurl the ball at practice.
Yeah.
Does he seem as involved as some other young coaches that are getting? He's not a Sean McVay type.
No.
But if
he's not a Sean Payton type either.
If he wins, it doesn't matter.
No, of course not. Well, if he wins, then nobody gives a crap. He's just kind of like he's there. And it doesn't feel like he's giving them an edge necessarily. It doesn't feel like the offense is really like clicking in a way you would expect like a play calling head coach to be clicking with the offense. But you know what? Sean Payton's offense isn't all that good, and they're like 11-2.
Yeah.
But it's because he has a lot of edge and he's got a lot of other bullshit that will probably be exposed in the playoffs. But it's okay. I don't hate Kellen Moore. I went into the season knowing that Kellen Moore was going to be fine. Like, no matter what, it's not his fault. Like, so I can't blame him.
Right.
Unless he went out there and like took a dump at the 50-yard line and one of his players punched him in the face.
Yeah.
The bar was extremely low.
If he didn't have the team kneel it on the goal line against Atlanta, that's really the bar.
That's the only one. That fucking play call inside the one against Atlanta, I cannot get over. It's like he didn't know where the ball. I had a better seat than him because I sit over that end zone. Now that we have a camera, it was this far. You couldn't see daylight between the ball and the goal line, and he went to the shotgun, and they snapped the ball 20 yards over Taysom Hill's head. I can't get over that. I just can't. I wonder if Blake Grupe would have missed a field goal from there, though. That would have been exciting.
At least he's playing for some real football now.
Yeah,
for a team that matters. Daniel Jones disintegrated into dust as soon as Blake Grupe said that. That's what you get, Blake. Now that we're on video, I can threaten.
We're literally the same size as one player in the NFL. Oh, man. Well, this has been lovely. I've had a great time.
Yeah, we've had a great time.
I hope all of you hated this show as much as you hate me. And we'll be back here. I don't know. Are we doing this every other week?
Let's try and do it as much as possible. What do you say, Boot Krewe fans?
Can we get some thumbs ups,
Yeah.
likes.
Come, also, Friday night, come see me at the Howlin' Wolf. I'm going to be doing some stand-up comedy with my main man, Todd Barry.
Hey,
I hope we're not in the big room, but we probably will be.
what's Todd Barry's biggest credit?
Pootie Tang.
Dr. Katz, right? Yeah.
He's on Dr. Katz,
Yeah.
Bob's Burgers. He was the third Concorde on Flight of the Concorde.
That's right. Yes.
Played the bongos.
Polk's stand up, very, very good. Thank you all for listening. We love each and every one of you. Thank you so very, very much to Boot Krewe Media, Justin, Lala, and everybody else involved. We will be back at some point. 5 stars. If you're still listening to the show instead of watching the show, 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars.
Buy some task shirts.
Yes, indeed. See ya.
Catch these hands, you about to get shook. The truth is getting split by Polk and Kush. Polk and Kush, Polk and Kush, Polk and Kush, Polk and Kush. About to get served a plate of your own ass.